Yes, so as we guys know, like if we guys join into a webinar or maybe attend our college lectures or maybe join in our office during the trading hours, we might not be able to watch each and every candle or maybe implement each and everything what we people have thought, what we people have thought of executing the trade in terms of, especially in terms of option trading or future trading, or if even you do intraday, because it's very difficult to keep a track of your PNL and then actually see when should I square out, when should I buy in, and then when should I actually partially book my profit or book my loss at what point. So it's very difficult for each and everybody of us then of us that how do we actually automate the trading experience for us, or is there any solution which can actually help us automate that we set the parameters and then and then the broker automatically takes the exit based on the target or based on the stop loss triggers, right? So this has been the dream of many of us. We people have tried putting robo orders, but robo orders also have certain of parameters. So that's the reason we people bring in this concept of algorithmic trading. And while talking about algorithmic trading, I've prepared a small presentation which I would like to present and actually showcase what we people are doing in algo trading space and give you a brief history as well as introduction of algo trading and what exactly it is. So let me know once my screen is visible. Yes. So yes. So talking about talking about algorithmic trading, we people are AlgoBulls, wherein we people have built one of India's largest marketplace for algorithmic trading, where you can build, create strategies as well as run different strategies from our marketplace, which are ready to use strategies on our marketplace, which will enable you to seamlessly automate your trade and actually help you run with the smooth trading functionalities. Now let's before talking about AlgoBulls or before talking about our solution, I would like to give you a brief introduction about algorithmic trading and what algo trading is. So algo trading in the previous world was like algo trading. We people think that it's just a new topic which has been evolved right now. But algo trading has been a concept which has been running from the 1990s in the US stock market and in the UK stock markets, where this kind of instruments used to go in for intraday trading or CDF trading, which was mostly toward the derivative contracts. So usually, initially, a computer system was built, and in those times there were not candlestick analysis or mostly toward the technical analysis. Tools were not that upgraded, which could be relied upon. So during that time, how algorithmic trading used to work is based on the number of quantities bought and sold. If like how we people read option chain and option open interest today, and we people predict that it's overbought or it's oversold. Like Nifty's this contract is overbought today, or Nifty's this contract is oversold today. So based on this small parameter, there was an algorithmic trading system developed in US stock market in NYSE, which was just calculating this open interest, and based on overbought side, it used to actually short the contract, and when it was oversold, it used to buy the contract. So in that phrase, this used to be mostly a positional strategy, wherein open interest was calculated, wherein open interest of the instrument was calculated on time to time basis, and the system has been generating from that. Then there were some indicators like MACD indicator, or there was this Heikin-Ashi candlestick coming in, which actually brought in the concept of algorithmic trading, wherein you get to see more and more interesting things about algos, wherein you get to see more and more interesting things about algos, like if the Bollinger Band value touches 20 or 0.25, that time there should be a buy call to be generated, or when the MACD intersect at this point, at that time the buy signal has been sent. So all those things were being developed in terms of algorithmic trading sent from the past end. And mostly this was an institutional solution. This is something which we people completely miss out in today's world. That yeah, this has been only available to the institutions wherein institutions coming in with big funds, they used to develop this kind of system. They used to calculate is the market overbought or oversold, and they used to take their bets. And over there, all the retail people money used to go in because the calculation or this kind of tool was not available to the retail traders. In today's world also, we people in US markets see the Robinhood investors, wherein Robinhood has made investments very simple for them, or maybe option chain very simple for the investors. In US still we could see we could see different banks and institutions coming in and shorting the contract and actually downplaying the market, wherein retailers are losing their money. So that's the reason now algorithmic trading has been one of the most popular topics in in the capital market space, wherein all of us want to automate our trading experience, or want to or mostly algo trading doesn't guarantee you profit, but what it does is it sets up a system for you. So suppose if your system says that you won't be able to bear a loss of 1,000 rupees a day, so it will square off the trade as soon as you go minus 1,000. If your system says if your system says you're happy with 5,000 profit or 6,000 profit, you set that in the system and system will do the thing for you, of course based on the parameters which you set. So like all those factors, so that all those factors come in and actually bring in algorithmic trading into the picture, which is actually which is actually evolving the market into such a way that where all of us are right now working towards the institution at. So if we take 5 trades a day, rather than having losses on all 5 trades by our emotions playing in, or maybe not timing the market right, or maybe missing the entry by few points because of some human intervention, or because of some of the parameters coming into the play. So that's the reason why algorithmic trading has come into the picture, wherein we people have wherein the market is driven by automation, and the market is driven by mostly towards the volume game, and also your losses are covered and your profits are also set accordingly. Now, what we people have done in AlgoBulls is we people solve few of the problems toward the retail place. So we people as a retail investor or as a retail trader, me and you doing option trading on our own. I'll show you my strategy, which I do it without algos, and I'll show you the strategies which I run through algos, and I'll show you both the things, because this is just an introduction session, and we'll be talking how this kind of trading setup could be beneficial for us, or what are the pluses and minuses of this trading system. So yeah, talking about what kind of problems we guys found out was that when we people actually take our trading, we people have human intervention, we people do have emotions. Sometime I say, okay, I'm going to square off the trade at 500 rupees loss, or maybe 1,000 rupees loss in one lot. But then I feel, okay, market is volatile, and I'll wait if it bounce back and my targets gets achieved. And sometimes of course, yes, targets do get achieved in volatile market, but sometimes the losses start going so bad, the premium starts eroding, and rather than making 1,000 rupees loss, I suddenly end up 5,000 rupees loss or 10,000 rupees loss in a day. So this is the kind of emotion game which comes into the picture. Second thing, me as a normal trader, or me as someone entering into the trading space, we people don't have some certain view about the market, that okay, today's market is going to go bullish, today's market is going to go bearish based on the economical parameters, or we people don't have a stable view, neither we people have a strategy. So what is the kind of solution for us to make consistent income or generate consistent alpha in the market by staying for long term? Third thing, investing. Yes, we people do have a strong investing portfolio which has generated us returns. Apart from that, how do I capitalize on those investment, and by making my money work for me again and again without me having the knowledge? Fourth point was, okay, if I'm an expert trader, I know what MACD indicator is, I know what awesome oscillator is, what volatility breakout market strategies. But how do I code this in my computer? How do I write those Python codes? I'm from the market background. I don't know how to code. So these were the few of the problems which we people saw in the market, and we people thought, okay, if these are the problems, how could we build a solution around it, or how we people could actually make this experience completely seamless for each and every investor or trader in the market. So that is where we people came in with this concept of AlgoBulls, wherein we people created and ready to use marketplace. And I'm proud to say that today we people are one of India's largest marketplace with 150 plus active strategies on our platform, from Nifty cash strategies to future strategies to commodity strategies on our platform. And we people have this all which are ready to use. You just need to log in, click on start, connect to your broker's account, and then the strategy would automatically start analyzing the market and start giving the trades. Apart from that, we people thought, okay, if I'm an expert trader and if I want to get my strategy coded, how can I do it? Or like how, without actually hiring a developer, or maybe without actually overpaying someone, how can I get all these things developed for just one single strategy? So we people also created a seamless system wherein anybody could come and contact us and get their strategy coded and developed from us, and actually get it live on the marketplace and start trading on those strategies. Apart from that, when we people also saw this concept, okay, people having their full-time jobs, we like maybe me, you, all of us are having our full-time jobs, but yeah, managing the option trading strategies are really difficult for us. Like maybe if it's a long call strategy, maybe it's based on EMA. So managing all those strategies are something which are very difficult for us. So how do we automate it? So we have created a stress-free end-to-end automated system which will power your brokerage account and actually help you generate consistent alpha in the long run when you run this algorithmic trading strategies. Apart from that, now coming on to the system of algorithmic trading. So whenever anybody of us thought of actually starting algorithmic trading, right, we people had few of the questions which actually triggered us the most. Like, okay, how do I connect to different brokers by getting their APIs integrated onto my trading account, integrating that onto my trading system, and then actually trade signals going from there to the broker's account, and then the order management needs to happen, then the PNL needs to be tracked upon. Fourth, then the second point was data vendors. Okay, suppose if I want to actually trade in bank nifties, I would need the data of the open interest part. I would need the minute by minute data, or I would need 5 minutes ka chart, which could be seamlessly integrated with my broker, and there is no seepages in between. Where do I create professional strategies from if I'm not a professional? Apart from that, how do I get access to NSE, BSE, and MCX? Because there are several rules of SEBI with regards to the sandboxing rules of algorithmic trading. So that's the reason what we people have done in AlgoBulls is we people have created an ecosystem around this. We people are connected to 27 plus brokers across the market. We are proudly operating under top 3 exchanges in India, which is BSE, NSE, and MCX. And we'll soon be live with NYSE and Nasdaq too. We are coming out with an industry graded data vendor from where we people get the quality data from where all this algorithmic trading is happening. We have professional strategists with us wherein we people have a marketplace of 150 plus strategies. And if you feel that you are a professional and if you want to get your strategies live on our marketplace, we can help you with that too. Apart from that, we people have a stable and strong order management system, which is wherein your orders are being punched in, and your orders could be actually executed in the live market directly with your PNL being tracked. So all this things come into the picture with respect to algorithmic trading and how you can actually capitalize on with this powerful system and this powerful ecosystem of algorithmic trading. Apart from that, I've been talking a lot about marketplace, right? So we people, as you all know, that we people have a marketplace of 150 plus strategies available, which goes in from retail, premium, and HNI. But prior to that, I would want to show you that, okay, how the trading has been automated and how you can actually automate the trade. So now I feel that you will be able to see my graph, which is on Bank Nifty, and there's a simple strategy which is based on awesome oscillator and based on Bollinger Bands, which gives you a buy and sell signal. So this analyzes the volatility in the market, and this gives you a buy or sell signal. And we'll start from today morning. Yeah. So like this was the pre-market. This was the pre-market This was the pre-market standing when the market started around 9, and there was a huge gap up opening of the market. So you could see there is a big candle which has been formed in the first minute, and I only performed this strategy on 1 minute chart, because this gives me an end-to-end insight about the volatility side. So this gave me a buy signal right at 9:15. Where most of us prepare for the market, we think of taking an entry around 10, but the strategy has given me a buy signal at 9:15, which was very sudden when I was during my research. Then it has immediately given me a sell call at 9:16, wherein I have recovered, wherein I have made profit of 20 points already. Then again, it gave me a buy signal at 9:30, and then again it gave me a sell call at 9:52. What if in between someone from my family might have called me, or maybe I might have got some job, or I might have got some call from my office, or maybe if I'm a full-time trader, if there is if there is an electricity cut in my area. What if there are many kind of situations which could there are many kind of uncertainties which could occur when we people are trading. If suppose if the electricity is gone, maybe our trade book is not visible to us because of our internet connectivity issues. This usually happens to us as a trader when we people join into the markets, right? But as per the parameter, it said that it should give a buy call, and as soon as it exceeded the Bollinger Band, in the next candle it gave me a sell call. The similar ways started giving you a buy call and sell call based on these three parameters. And after this, when we guys started this webinar, which is around 11:05, you could see there's a buy call generated from that time. So I already missed the rally of around 30 to 40 points right away in this 1 minute candle, and this rally is still going around. So this is the kind of opportunity which we guys lose into our markets this is the kind of opportunity which we guys lose in the market when we people actually keep on going. Suppose if we are let's not suppose that we are working around in this strategy. If we work around on general strategy, which is based on EMA, or which is based on exponential moving average, or which is based on just moving averages line, and the line intersects, and that's when we take trades. So what if we miss that small rally of 15 to 20 points? So these are the things which we guys consider. And that's the reason we people got all the strategies automated on our platform. As I was showing, you guys can just log into aliceblue.algobulls.com, and you will be able to find end-to-end info. You will be able to find multiple buffet of strategies, which are strategies which would actually give you profits according to like which kind of strategy matches the best for you, with respect to your risk, with respect to your profitability, with respect to the kind of instruments you want to play in, with respect to the kind of candlesticks you want to play in. We have almost all kinds of strategies with related to straddle, strangle, bull spread, bear spread strategies, and hedging strategies, writing strategies, which could actually meet your trading style. So these are few of the parameters which I wanted to show you, and you could still see that after this now the strategy has almost given me around 50 points of profit, which you could see. And this is just growing and growing and growing. So if I would have taken around 36,500 ka call based on my strike price selection, I would have already made around 100 points ka profit. If I would have taken a call of 36,450, so I would have made around 150 to 200 points ka profit by selecting the strike price and etc. So these are few of the parameters which we guys are. So like these are the few of the things which actually triggered me when I do manual trading. I have to actually go through. I have to actually go through, sit through all these things. I will be completely occupied from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. seeing the markets going consistently up and consistently down, and actually my emotions would come in. So there are some cases where the strategy has said me buy and sell at the same time. So over here there was no profit, no loss. In fact, I had to suffer up the brokerage charges. So over here I would feel okay, rather than squaring of the trade over here, rather than the squaring of the trade over here, I'll actually hold this and carry forward. Though over here it has given me profit, but when we see in backtesting, if I do some of the blunders like that over here, like this has given this is the signal which has given me a buy call over here. I've squared it off at 10 profit, 10% loss. But if my emotions come into picture, in that case I would have been, and if I would have carry forwarded that trade, you could just see how long the strategy has been going down post that. And then today in the gap up gap down also, you could see that this strategy has recovered from this point. But you would have to carry forward it, and most of us would have made losses during this point. So yeah, of course, when you're going long in options, over there you would see the long term perspective with terms of expiry day, with terms of what are the views on open interest, and what is the kind of and how the sector is performing overall, and what is the overall volatility in the similar index. So like all those things are but then all those things are triggered. But when it comes to intraday trading, if my emotions would have played over here, and I would have almost made a loss of around 30, 40, almost 100 points, because market just has been going down and sideways and downways. So these are few of the things which we guys need to keep in our mind when we people are trading in the live market, irrespective of it being algorithmic trading or irrespective of it being our own trades. One thing is something which we people need to do is we need to follow the rules and we need to follow the discipline. That if the strategy has given us a sell call, we would need to square it off that at the same time. If the strategy has given us a buy call, we could buy it, we could not buy it. But about squaring of the trades, covering up the losses, these are few of the rules we people set. And that's what algorithmic trading does it for you. Whatever the rules you give it to whatever the rules you feed it to the computer is going to exactly work on those rules and exactly going to play around those rules, and actually going to book profits for you, books loss for you, as per your methodology. Yes. So I could see questions. Number trade seen is 82,000. Okay. So talking about this, right? This is something which I'm running on 1 minute chart. So I'm not going to take each and every trade on the strategy. I'm just going to take few trades which meets. That's the reason I have my Bollinger Bands and awesome oscillator on the line when I see the trends going in and coming out. So talking about the trades part, right? I decided manually, but the moment I change this from 1 minute to 15 minutes or 30 minutes candle, the number of trade decreases drastically. So over here, you're just going to have around 10 trades a day. And if you increase this to 45 minutes or 1 hour chart, you're hardly going to find few of the trading setups being over here. And over here, you're going to find only long trades where you could see this has already, like over here, the points have increased. So over here also you would be making small losses and you would be making small profits too. But over here the points have increased. But yeah, this strategy is not yet automated, which I'm actually showcasing you. This is still in the idea stage and this is not yet developed right now. Apart from that, I would just want to show you a simple strategy on SMA, which yes. So I would just want to smooth moving average or exponential moving average. Yes. So as you could see, the strategy running on 1 minute graph. So this strategy is the strategy on our marketplace is called option IV buy. So I'll just show you how the strategy has been performing with the help of algorithmic trading. Yes. So I'll just show you. You can you guys can just type in aliceblue.algobulls.com. You guys can follow. You guys can actually follow. You can follow me if you guys are actually trying this. You can either sign in with your Alice Blue account by directly entering your client ID and password, or you can or since I'm already logged in user over here, I'll directly log in. Apart from that, I would go out on the marketplace wherein we people have retail premium and HNI strategies, where retail strategies are towards cash, futures, and commodity segment, which are low in risk as well as low in return, low risk to reward ratio. In premium, we have only option buying strategies in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Sometimes some of the equity derivative trading strategies which are coming into the picture. Wherein we people have high risk and high reward ratio with respect to this Nifty and Bank Nifty strategies. And the third is the HNI strategies, where we people have smart option writing strategies or maybe hedging strategies or scalping strategies, which run good in the bearish market and actually have high risk and the higher reward ratio. So I was just showing that strategy, on option IV buy. Yes. So this is yes. So IV option writing. No, this is not the strategy. Yeah. So this is the strategy I was talking about, which is based on buy profit booking, sell points booking, and this is based on SMA period 18. So as you could see, my SMA is currently set on 18. Whenever the candle intersects at certain point, it gives you a buy call. And when the candle touches certain amount of profit, when the candle reaches 10 points, 15 points, 20 points profit, it takes an exit. So this is a very simple strategy which is based on SMA moving averages, wherein you could see all the parameters clearly mentioned. You could read the details where it is based on option scalping super quick. And then you could also find end-to-end backtesting report. What's the maximum gain the strategy has given you, maximum losses, the average profit booking a day and average loss booking a day. And you could see all the trade books of the strategy irrespective of how the strategy has been performing around. And in the inside section, you would be seeing it has given you a consistent profit, and actually it has given you a limited profit, and the loss is kind of fixed with the strategy. So this is how a simple strategy has been automated onto the platform. Like how you can actually take the how this has been automated, wherein you won't be having time to punch in the trade during this candle at 10:05, right? And you won't be knowing that, okay, when this candle again intersects during this point, I'm supposed to take an exit. So at 10:48 this has taken an exit. So how would you actually time the market, right, and etc. And that is the reason why we people use algorithmic trading to determine the system. I'll be happy to take more and more questions. So you guys can just shoot the questions and we guys can discuss too around it. Yeah, so Shine, talking about the webinar for Algo developers. So yes, if you are looking forward to get your strategies developed, you can reach me out on Twitter, you can reach me out on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to discuss one-on-one with you. And we can work around and help you develop your strategy too. Yeah, Ram, we can work around with ME broker and the API bridge part, and then we can smoothly automate your trading experiences, connecting to several different brokers available on our platform. Yeah, so talking about how do you log in with AlgoBulls.AliceBlue, I'll just give you a quick introduction and quick demo onto our platform, which we guys have developed with our prime partners, AliceBlue. So as I could see, you could just type aliceblue.algobulls.com previously as what I was showing. You can either sign in through there or you can just sign in with your normal account. once like you have reached the dashboard, right, which you could which you could see over here, which gives you end-to-end insight on how the trading has been happening onto your account, what was the average PNL booking on daily basis. Apart from that, what was the usage of AlgoBulls funds. Apart from that, as coming on to your question, Shine, you wanted to understand how do you connect your broker, right? You just need to go out on settings, go to brokerage. Now just go out on the section and click on add, and you can add Alice Blue, and you can sign in with Alice Blue using O authentication, typing your client code and password, and your broker will be binded. Or you can do it through this page itself when you type in aliceblue.algobulls.com. Ram, talking about the API bridge, I think so we can connect one-on-one. I understand your strategy. I would actually like to understand your strategy. What kind of APIs are coming in. Based on that, we could discuss upon what how we guys could partner up and work together. Absolutely, I would like to. Yeah, Shine, when it asks you to authenticate, right, you would need to type your client ID and client password, and you would need to authenticate with your Alice Blue pin, which is being generated, or every broker has the pin which has been generated. Talking about the transaction fees, yes, I would like to throw this. I would like to throw the part on transaction fee part. So suppose you go out on any strategy on our platform, right, and you just see this transaction fees part, which is 3% of the transaction fees, which you would see it on any strategy. So if you have an active plan with AlgoBulls, you are not like this 3% of transaction fees won't be charged on the lot size. So this 3% of transaction fees could be completely eliminated. This 3% of the transaction fees could be completely eliminated when you have an active AlgoBulls plan. It will just charge you on whatever is the monthly subscription which we people have on our platform. Talking about adding funds to your brokerage account. Yes. So suppose if you want to take this trade on Nifty 50, which is a scalping strat, which is a bull call ladder, which is a bear call ladder strategy, which is mostly on writing. So this is the capital or margin required, which is supposed to be there on your brokerage account. Apart from that, talking about funds you would need to add to AlgoBulls wallet is just purchase the monthly plan. So if you want to use the strategy in a premium, you would need to purchase a plan of 5,100 rupees, which would be a monthly subscription fee, which AlgoBulls would charge you for actually running and getting the strategy deployed on your brokerage account. Yeah, so talking about option buying plan, so we people have a marketplace, or a buffet of strategies in option buying and option selling. So on a marketplace, you could see each and every parameter. So I'll just show you. Okay, so actually, Ram, I would want to actually explain you like how you can decide the best strategy for you based on how you can how you can be your own analyst and actually decide which is the best strategy for you. So suppose I just open an option card. I just open an option card with 343% ROI, seeing that okay, the strategy has given me the best ROI so far. So I would want to see what the strategy is based upon. So you could see the strategy. So suppose you could see the strategy requires a minimum capital of 24, and the risk appetite, which is the maximum drawdown the strategy has faced, was of 42%. Which means your overall capital being degraded by 42%, and this is the risk associated to the strategy. So these are few of the parameters which you would need to see. What is the capital required? What is the hit ratio of the strategy? Apart from, you should see what is the running PNL running of the strategy, when was the last buy given and when was the last sell given, and you could see what was the average PNL booking of the strategy. Risk appetite is 1,000 rupees, which means if you run this strategy on its own parameters, it is not going to give you more loss than 1,000 rupees a day, and it is not going to give you more profit than 3,000 rupees a day. Now I'll actually explain you how you can analyze algorithmic trading strategies which are best for you. So over here you could see the backtesting report, which is the fact sheet of the which is known as the fact sheet of this algorithmic trading strategy, which actually shows you what was the ROI generated over the period of 1 year, what's the ROI in percentage, maximum drawdown the strategy has. number of trades taken, number of win trades, lost trade, hit ratio of the strategy, average trade taken a day are 3, number of long trades are 848, and number of short trades are 0. The maximum gain the strategy has given you is of 3,000 rupees, and maximum loss was of 2,540 rupees, and average profit and average loss on a daily basis is 745 to 776. Apart from that, when we talk about returns, the strategy has given you 324% return over the period of 1.5 years. And in the last 30 days, this has given you 36.55 percentile of return. And in the last 2 weeks, this has given you 22.76% return. And in the last 3 days, the strategy has been moving positive with 3.51% return. Now, how is this return generated? You could see, like we have maintained a very transparent system, which is called the trade book, which shows you end-to-end insight. When was the last buy call generated? When was the last sell call generated? At what price did it take the entry, and what price did it take the exit? What was the P&L booking on that day? It will also show you what was the loss booking on that day. You could see each and every P&L on daily basis, and actually make through that how the strategy has been performing in the current market scenario. And to actually get more and more insight of all this trade book, because going through 2 to 3 years of trade book is an hectic challenge to actually get the P&L on daily basis. So what we people have done is we people have created an insight section which gives you end-to-end insight about how the how the strategy has been performing with respect to what was the profit booking on the day, what was the loss booking on the day on daily basis. How does P&L look in percentage wise, ROI it has generated from the day 1 till today? What is the ROI in percentage it has given you? What is the equity curve going around? If you would have invested 24,000 rupees today, it would have turned around 98,000 rupees. And the maximum drawdown the strategy faced was on initial days, which was of 42%, and post that the strategy has been performing consistently. So these are few of the parameters on the basis of which you could actually determine which strategy would be best for you based on your risk appetite, based on your capital requirement and your profit booking ratio. Yes. So this is also talking about your answer. This is a fully automated algorithmic trading system. The moment I click on execute, the strategy would be added to my portfolio, and I should just click on start and stop to actually start the trading for my strategy onto the system. So suppose I have few of the strategies, I should just click on start, and the strategy would automatically start on my brokerage account. Yes, there's a question. As of now, Alice Blue is one of our prime partners, and you can and Motilal Oswal is not live with us. You can log. I think so. You can sign up with your Alice Blue account and actually conduct the algorithmic trading for yourself. Apart from that, yes. So talking about plans and wallet, right, Mr. Ramesh, we people have very flexible plans. People have very flexible plans with respect to retail, premium, and HNI. So I'm so sorry, guys. I just had this background noise, and I didn't want to actually interrupt this webinar on. So yeah, I was talking about the plans and wallets part. So in the plans and wallets, we people have really flexible plans for Alice Blue customers with respect to getting used to our retail, premium, and HNI's package. So retail strategies, as I explained you, cash futures and commodity strategies, which you could see over here. So you would get access to all the strategies at 2,500 rupees. So this is the kind of ROI which you could expect from the strategy, which you could see over here. So if you're someone of a retail person and actually looking to just work on cash intraday strategies, so you could get access to all the retail strategies at 2,500 rupees plus GST. And the moment you add AlgoBulls funds, the strategy would be actually activated for your retail strategies. Then the second kind of package is a premium package, which is our retail plus premium market, which you will get access to, which you will get access with 4,500 rupees. So if you are looking for option buying strategies and trade and option instruments, so this is the pricing which would come to you, which is on per month basis. And the third is access to all retail plus premium plus HNI strategy. You get access to all these three things at 7,500 rupees plus GST. Apart from that, we also have few of the plans. So suppose if you want to get your own strategy listed, listed, and you want to build a personalized strategy, so for that you can get in touch with me for getting your strategy built. And to run your strategy on monthly basis, it would cost you 2,000 rupees per month plus GST, which would be the cost incurred to you. So we have various different plans depending on which kind of strategy needs the best for you, and which kind of what is your trading style. Based on that, we guys can discuss upon, and we can discuss on how the plans is going to work out. So talking about your strategy development plan, Mr. Amar, you can directly get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to get your strategy, and I'll be happy to get your strategy developed and actually live. And we guys can discuss. We guys can actually discuss. We guys can discuss, and we can see how we can work around in a partnership model. Yeah, so talking about the 3% transactional fee means when you're executing an optional lot size of around 30,000 rupees, 3% would be charged on that. So in case if you don't have your any plan active, that's when the 3% charge would be deducted if you're logged in under the free plan. So talking about the data part and the CPages part. So like as we all know, when the trade goes from the AlgoBulls signal side towards the brokerage end. So CPages are the time gaps. Just for context for other people, in algo trading, we call CPages is the delay time which is happening in the trading time. So there might be some CPage of few seconds within the trading system. But as of now in India, we are the platform with the least seepage, with the least number of seepages and the least number of trade gaps, with our speedy rapid APIs being into progress with our reliable data vendors. Talking about ROI is shown without brokerage, and we are working on a model which we are actually developing on a model which is actually going to show you ROI after the brokerage part. So we are working on that, Mr. Ramesh. Risk to reward ratio is completely dependent on you. We people have we people talking about risk to reward strategy. We people actually in every strategy have shown you what's the ROI the strategy has generated, what's the running PNL running of the strategy, and etc. But yeah, talking about risk to reward, you can actually check the hit ratio of the strategy, which actually gives you more insight on what would be the risk and what would be the reward of the strategy. Yes, so talking about applying any of the strategy, you would need to activate a plan, Mr. Ramesh. And in the chat section also, we have few questions. Yes, so talking about MTM, MTM checking intervals and 1 minute intervals. So yes, whenever, like, suppose if the trade is executed, and suppose if the trade is executed and any of your strategy and any of your strategies running live on our marketplace. So what you can, so like when you when you go on portfolio, right, and suppose there would be any strategy live. So so over here there is this log generated which gives you end-to-end insight, like on what basis algo takes an entry and algo takes an exit in the market. And apart from that, apart from that, you would also see a PNL book, a PNL tracker, which shows you when was the last buy call and when was the last sell call generated. And if you have manually exited the trade, the algo won't then the algo won't be recording any data over here because you have taken a manual exit or exit on all those positions. Apart from that, whichever trades algo has taken an entry and an exit, it shows you an accurate number in terms of PNL. What was the entry time? What was the exit time? What was the buy price? What was the sell price? Getting it from your broker M2M panel. In the trade book M2 N2, it is also going to show you what were the trades linked punched in towards your broker account in terms of buy or sell order, which you can match it with your broker's contract note. And it will also give you an insight on your funds book, which is mostly towards the AlgoBulls money, which was added to your wallet and which has been purchased for the plan for. So these are these are few of the things. These are few of the things which actually is given through algorithmic trading to your platform. I'll actually show you different account. Yes. So so that is how you can actually check which is going to be what kind of thing is going to be a workaround. Yeah, so talking about SEBI part, we SEBI has issued a sandboxing document, and AlgoBulls is strictly abiding to SEBI rules and regulations and their sandboxing rules under Algorithmic Trading Act. Yes, you can use AlgoBulls. Yes, you can use AlgoBulls connected to multiple brokers. But since we guys are prime partners with Alice Blue, and we have and like our APIs are smoothly integrated with Alice Blue, so you can directly link your trading account with Alice Blue and actually start your trading experience with Alice Blue and get to know and actually seamlessly integrate it. So talking about now going on to the legal part, going on to the legality part, when we people talk about algorithmic trading, when as we all know that SEBI is the instrument which regulates the capital markets, and under SEBI has issued this document on a document/sandboxing instrument saying that algorithmic trading is an issued instrument under the sandboxing part. So over here, algorithmic trading is so algo system is actually not executing the trades on behalf of you, but is actually getting the authentication from you or the rules from you, where you give the system the consent for it, which actually determines it, which is completely consent based, and based on that, algo system takes trade for you. So this is completely legal under SEBI sandboxing rule of 2019, and this 2019 itself, this algorithmic trading started as algo trading space actually started getting fully automated trading system, and we are proud to be one of the fully automated algorithmic trading system in the markets today. So talking about the trading view indicators, so trading view is just a platform to showcase you the chart and actually showcase you how the buy and sell was gone. Apart from that, AlgoBulls is not based on trading chart, or your strategies in AlgoBulls won't be based on trading view and etc. Your strategies would be based on calculation, based on the parameters which you give, based on your logics which you give to buy, sell, or trail the stop loss, or trail the profit, or trail the targets and etc. etc. So based on all those things, the strategy would be developed. Trading view was just for an explanation purpose, which I brought into the system to show you that, okay, when we people are getting into the market, we people analyze each and every parameters and see how everything is going. And that is the reason I brought in trading view to show you that, okay, based on this strategy, this was the buy call which I missed it during this webinar. So I missed an opportunity of 150 points during this webinar. But if I would have been active on algo trading, so I would have not missed that rally of around 150 points. So AlgoBulls, talking about trading terminal, AlgoBulls is an algorithmic trading engine, or a fully automated algorithmic trading engine, which is going to actually help you automate your trading experience. So over here you would still need a broker's account to actually get live on algorithmic trading. Without a broker's account, you won't be able to get live with algorithmic trading. So AlgoBulls is a strategy engine to be more precise, where it helps you execute your trades and helps you formulate the strategy. Yes, I think so. We are done with all the questions, and I think so there are no more questions which are coming in. So yes, I would like to thank all the people who have joined in this webinar. Actually joined us to actually understand this this interactive session on algorithmic trading. I'll be dropping in my contact details over. The chat section. So if anybody of you have any other question, want to get in touch with me directly, wanted to develop your strategy, and actually understand that how the algorithmic trading works, you can directly message me over WhatsApp, you can directly email me, you can get in touch with me or call, and I'll be happy to answer you and actually take your questions offline. So once again, thank you everyone for joining into this webinar, and I would wish you a very much profitable day. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.